All right, welcome back to Indian Trace. I'm going to start off here. I mean, this is Notchville, and I'm going to tell you I have found some awesome artifacts. I thought I might. That's why I'm here. When you know where you are, you know where you are. Opening and review. With the mud still going on here, if I can get my foot out. Opening review. This is the smoker that was on the last video. Cleaned it up, washed it off a little bit. Unbelievable point, isn't it? But I've got something in the ground. It looks perfectly whole, and I found a whole bunch of artifacts right here in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk right down here and share a little story with you and come back in 1 minute. We might find something on the walk down here. We're just starting over an area where I always keep an eye out for smokers, and you always hope for smokers. But listen, I have to give you the rabbit analogy. Now, the rabbit analogy is any hunter-gatherer, when he's going out and he's looking for a trophy, he's looking for a good elk, maybe a strong buck, a deer, maybe a bear. Looking for a trophy, looking for something that's substantial, that's gonna both help him secure his honor in his tribe and secure his position, if you will. And that's really the way it was often. If you provided and you were a master hunter, you'd get your kudos, you'd get your rewards, for lack of better words. So the analogy, the rabbit analogy of any local, or I should say, any modern artifact hunter is this. I have found, and you're going to see a lot of these artifacts, some fantastic rabbits, some fantastic raccoons and possums, and I'll always kill those on the way because, listen, my family needs to eat. I got kids, I got teenagers as an Indian, I've got mothers and fathers, I've got my mate or mates as they had, which if I provide for them, no matter what it is, whether I come across birds or rabbits, and I call it the rabbit analogy because it could be anything. My marker's way up at the break of the hill. We're going to go up there and check out that artifact. But this is the way it works. You're going to see a lot of artifacts, and I always think about it. I pick an artifact up, flip it up, say this is a great artifact, got to keep it. It's a squirrel, it's a raccoon, it's a possum, it's a beaver, it's a mink, whatever I could kill on the way. And they were good with the arrow, or they were good with their atlatl, so they would have to take it on the run, skin it, and keep moving forward. But often they'd go on purpose and hunt trophies. They would be hunting elk or hunting bear. And I think we who hunt artifacts do the same thing. What do you suppose that is? You know what I suppose that is? A live find? I suppose that is a scraper. Look carefully for yourself. So, that's close to a trophy. That's a deer that you can't leave behind, that's for sure. And that's really what they're looking for, some big game. But they take the small game while they were at it. That is a scraper. You found it, and you found it live with me. I can get a good focus on this thing. Out of rhyolite. It's a super scraper. Look at this piece. They often do them out of flakes that come off the side. Look at how it's worked, everybody. You got a good look at it. And so the rabbit analogy is always proves true. That's why you see a group of artifacts when I film. Unbelievable scraper. Look at this. Let's bring that up there. A group of artifacts when I film, just to share the experience. And those are all you're going to see some great artifacts because, and they're no less than one another. How could I hope it clicks with you, because if it was a raccoon, or if it was a rabbit, or if it was a squirrel, I'm going to tell you what, they needed it. They lived in times of plenty and times of famine, but they needed anything they came across, and so they would work to efficiently kill it, skin it, and bring it, even though they were looking for trophies, often, like we do. I'd love to find like this. This is an incredible scraper. Don't get me wrong with my tone of voice. I don't know if I can get the focus in. I don't know if it's coming in, everybody, but you can get the point. Let's go up here and we'll focus it in and show you a good group, and then the piece that's in the ground. Bear with me. We're just going out, join the hunt here. Before it starts raining again. I can't even believe I found the scraper on the way. I have another scraper I just picked up, and it's craziness. So look at this. I mean, this is not, you know, you get dizzy, you get point drunk. So, indeed, there's some trophies here, but there's a lot of rabbits and squirrels and possums, which are fantastic artifacts. I mean, look at this trophy. That's a scraper. Look at this scraper. They often make it out of this flint. Look at that scraper. Look at that scraper. I mean to tell you, what on earth, right? Right there, if you have good eyes to see it. 2 fine scrapers. My word. This is the piece that's in the ground at Notchville. These are the pieces that I was talking to you about. Oh, I forgot another scraper. Look at this piece. Yeah, it is as nice quartz as you can imagine. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just, I put that with that. I mean, this is a group of scrapers that just doesn't quit. I like to get the still lives because that's what I get my documentation pictures from. I don't even know how to properly represent this piece. This is a nice scraper all the way around. Mercy. Now, look at this. Fantastic pieces. What I'm talking about is, you know, squirrels, possums, rodents, muskrats, great artifacts. Need to feed my family, and it'll work to feed me. You know, feed your appetite for hunting and finding artifacts, a base. So that's the rabbit analogy. You gotta take them. Another scraper I forgot about. Look at this. Craziness. Scraper, scraper, scraper city. But yeah, you do see some smoking stuff. Here's a little bit bigger game. Nice Marl Mountain. Notchville. Nice point. I mean, just overwhelming, but I don't make too many videos of every single one of them that I find because they're coming in. Look at this, just found this. Fantastic point. And look at this. I mean, that hurts. But that's a rabbit. That'll do good to feed. And they had big families. They probably had a baby per mate, per woman, about every year with a 9-month cycle. And then 3 months for the baby to get established, and then they move forward, and then in the next month or 2 they get pregnant again. It was very common anthropologically. Great groups. Now look at this. Man, what a video, long video, but gives you a good idea of some of the awesomeness of a time that's just one of a kind. I mean, you always hope for it, but you don't ever expect it. And there's the notch here at Notchville. Little twist, and it looks to be just a little broken off the tip, but man, there's a lot on here that's well worth it. Just a little broken off the tip. That's okay. All in all, that's Indian Trace. That's Indian Trace. That's Indian Trace. Really appreciate you tuning in to Indian Trace, everybody. Hope you find out there.